Hello people, it is Let's7 and welcome to another battle of mine. And because I have had a couple of issues with my internet and because I have been, quite busy altogether, I am gonna do a one take, well, I think it's gonna be up on Sunday or Saturday, not sure, but this is gonna be a one take on the entire battle. So what I'm gonna bring is an OU team, which I showcased in my, which I have showcased before, and it was a very interesting OU team to play around with. I was bringing Reese, the Excadrill, the Staraptor, Blissey, Jellicent, Weavile, and a Mega-Venusaur, as my opponent was bringing a Heatran, Landorus, Terrakion, Mega-Venusaur, Aegislash and Deoxys-Speed. So this battle was recorded before the Deoxys-Speed or Aegislash was banned to Ubers, and well, at the time I wasn't too worried about my opponent that much. I was anticipating them to lead off with either A, Aegislash, B, Heatran, or C, Deoxys, all of which I can lead off with my Excadrill, so that's what I felt comfortable leading off with. And yeah, this battle was also recorded by Cizlock, so if you have the free time to do so, I recommend you to check his channel out with no question in your mind. So, without further ado, let's jump right into the match! So, Rayman is gonna be doing a challenge against us, and I'm gonna lead off with Reese the Excadrill, as my opponent is gonna lead off with the Heatran. Without a balloon, unfortunately, it does not have a balloon, and he's gonna withdraw that said Heatran because it probably doesn't even have a Shocker Berry into that Landorus, as I'm just gonna go with Save Earthquake on the first turn. And now, knowing that I can easily switch into my Blissey or Xavier, as I anticipated the Earth Power, I expected the Earth Power to come on my way, I switch on to Xavier, and then I pull a double on the Reese, anticipating my opponent to switch their Landorus out, not wanting them to let it die, just like that. And Aegislash comes in, and now I have a free opportunity to let off another Earthquake. But I believe that I'm gonna be making overproduction, and I'm gonna go with Self-Roku under the field as the Mega-Venusaur comes in. So now the Mega-Venusaur does react to its own Mega Ring, and it's gonna go Mega! And the Venusaur does exert its very new form, as I just let of Earthquake attack. It took some damage, as my opponent is gonna Sludge Bomb, overproduct, and well, I believe that they anticipated me to bring my own Johnson, like I did now, into the Giga Drain, but they synthesized, so well, it's fine, they get themselves on full HP, but I get my Mega-Venusaur in safely, I get it Mega up, and as my opponent brings it to Heatran! So, even though that was a very, well, in a sense, safe prediction, I feel comfortable in the position I am in. Because the thing is that I now have a free Mega, I have my Mega-Venusaur Mega'd up, so, and now my team is now fully complete, and I have you, my dear man. Also, I'm just gonna go with Sleep Powder, hit it on the Heatran, and make it go asleep before it can even set up the Stealth Rock or go with Lava Plume or anything. I don't know what it would want to do, but I do know one thing, that I'm gonna switch out my Johnson and then bring in the Reese to threaten this sleeping Heatran out, go with Mold Breaker, and it's gonna wake up! Heatran wakes up, goes with the Lava Plume! But thankfully Reese is more defensive, so it's meant to lift those kind of hits. But that damage is something. It wasn't something I wanted to take. Landorus comes in onto my Earthquake, and it just is gonna take that like nothing, because it's completely immune to that. So now I'm gonna bring in another Scenario, anticipating a Psychic or something of the sort. So I bring it in, it takes that hit pretty well. My opponent now goes with Psychic and Earth Power! But Earth Power is not enough! I activate my Citrus Berry because I had Citrus Berry just because I forgot to put the right item on it. I go with Confuse Ray, confuse the Landorus. Actually, went with Confuse Ray anticipating a switch, so that didn't really work out. They switch out now and bring in their Heatran, and now I'm just gonna go with Freeze Scald! Boiling water on this Heatran, and it doesn't do as much as I want it to do. And now, anticipating the fact that they want to set up Stealth Rock onto the field. Wait, what? They go with Earth Power, and I go with the second Scald. I think that, yeah, but I believe that okay. So they went with Earth Power. Now I anticipate them to bring in the stealth, put on the Stealth Rock because Heatran cannot take another hit. So I bring in Reese, get up in my Mold Breakers, Heatran sets up the Stealth Rock. I'm fine with that. I just want to get rid of those rocks. That's all I really ask for, because the thing is that I just want those rocks away. So I go with Rapid Spin. I let my Reese die. That's fine. I'm completely fine with that. Having that Lava Plume hit my Reese. It's fine, he did its job, he got the Rapid Spin off, and now it's free opportunity to bring in the one, the only. I believe I bring in, oh wait, I bring in Xavier. I thought I would bring in Gurtziza, but I thought I probably didn't want to risk it. I bring in Xavier, the opponent brings in the Aegislash. And now, I believe I overpredict and go with Raybird. I anticipated a switch into Venusaur of sorts, so I decided to go with Raybird instead. So now Xavier is going to be damaged by Recall. Then I bring in my Anthonera, I feel. So, no, I bring my Johnson. Why did I bring my Johnson? Johnson can't do anything to these Aegislash except absorb hits. So Aegislash goes with Iron Head! And it does a fair amount to my Johnson. And now Johnson does sit here pretty nicely. The opposing Heatran does come in, and unfortunately I don't have Earthquake on this Johnson, so I cannot catch it on the switch. And then I'm just gonna go with Free Leech Seed and get it all under the Heatran. And now I'm praying on my screen in the real time when we are having this battle. Please don't miss this time. Sleep Powder, don't miss me, don't fail me now. And it hits! The Sleep Powder does connect, and now the Heatran is slumbering in its sleep. And it's time for me to finish this thing off. However, the fact remains to be that this Heatran, what I'm facing off here, does indeed have the sleep, and he does have the sleep powder, so I don't know whether or not they're gonna switch out. And they will! They are gonna switch out, and they are gonna bring in the Deoxys, as I'm gonna predict the switch of a sort. Oh, wait, do I predict or do I go? I don't remember if I'm gonna. Oh, I went with Safe Giga Drain, so the overwrap on the Deoxys, and now I'm thinking, okay, what does this Deoxys want to do? Probably Psycho Boost, but I don't want to risk it. Bring in Blissey, bring in Berlin Wall, and now Berlin Wall comes in, takes out that Psycho Boost of the Deoxys, and it does a fair amount. It doesn't do that much because I'm more especially defensive. Deoxys has Life Orb, and now my Blissey is just sitting here, jumping all about, and now I'm just getting, okay, this thing probably can have superpower, so I do want to bring in my Johnson. Anticipating that, because there's no reason to bring in Anthonera up, because the fact remains to be that I want to lower this thing's stats. Yes, indeed. So now, I think I make a pretty risky play. I switch out Johnson into Gurtziza. I was sure they would go with Psycho Boost, and they will. But, honestly, they could have gone with Superpower predicting my Blissey switching. So, there's that. They bring the Aegislash onto my Gurtziza, as my Gurtziza does indeed go with Ice Shard! It does an absolutely -0% damage, and then I go and knock off on the Aegislash to take it out! Aegislash goes down by a knockoff! Weakness ability doesn't have the time to activate, the action comes in on the Stealth Rock, and because they are up, it's going to go down! The axe is going down just like that, and now they are bringing Porthos the Terrakion. But my Gurtziza does hold a very special move in its back pocket. It's gonna take that Iron Head, it's gonna leave with 1 HP thanks to Focus Sash, and then I'm gonna pull off a counter on the Terrakion and take that thing out! Leaving my opponent with Venusaur, Landorus, and Heatran. So now the Mega-Venusaur comes in, and Gurtziza kinda has had enough, and it wants to salvage itself for the Landorus, so now I'm just gonna bring in Anthonera to die pretty much under the Sludge Bomb, and now it's just going to go down. So leaving myself onto with the Xavier, Berlin Wall, Gurtziza, and also the Mega-Venusaur Johnson. So now I'm bringing Xavier, go with Brightbird, and because I don't have max attack, it fails to KO. Also, I'm Intimidate, so yeah, I like Intimidate Staraptor. A fair bunch. Oh wait, am I Reckless or am I Intimidate? I don't know. But I do know that I'm not max attack. Because I have max HP, some speed, some attack, so it does usually work late game well enough, so there's that. The opposing Johnson goes down, the Mega-Venusaur is befallen, and now Xavier is gonna be hurt by poison. It's gonna go down, fall from the sky, and now I'm bringing my Curtsies to finish this game off as my opponent brings in the Landorus. And now, Curtis is exerting his pressure, and my opponent is actually gonna run away, and it's gonna be a game against FlamingAxel, Real Raymond, whichever you wanna call him. But anyway, I think that he prefers to be referred as the FlamingAxel, and he also uploads some very interesting content, and I recommend you check his channel out, because he has been such a good friend of mine, and yeah. Also, look at my battles. On the top, there's a submission I made for my friend Omnis Acid, and if he's gonna put it up someday, I'm gonna link it right up there. So I recommend you to check my video out, because I think that one narration what I did for Mike was one of the best I have ever done, just for that one moment in it. So anyway, and also on the top bottom there's the Battle of Legends battles, so if you want to check those out, do that as well. But as always, leave a like, leave a comment, and as always, have a fine day.